So we're going to have a look at how we're going to produce our invoice from the query that we have made, and we're going to start off exactly the same way with the report wizard. I've got DOM invoice query. I'm going to select all the data we want, and I'm going to do nothing to the query at all other than just set it into landscape, and there we go. And you'll see it will immediately give us something fairly sensible. I have got the information I need. It's not ideal. We don't have a full total yet, and also we've got free delivery here, surname being repeated each time. We don't really want to do that. So I'm going to show you a couple of techniques which helps to sort of knock this into shape and make it look a little bit more like an invoice. I'm going to go into the design view, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out the title, the first name and the surname, and we're going to put it into the report header here, and that way it's only going to be shown once. The other thing we're going to do is, if we look back at the report here, obviously what we really want to display is Mrs. 1 space Frida 1 space livery, rather than having these big spaces in between it. And we also want to make it flexible enough so whoever we choose will be the same. So to do that, it's actually pretty easy. We're going to first get rid of the header here, and I'm going to put a text box on. You must have a text box rather than a label because we're going to be accepting some data. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to start off with the equal sign, and I'm going to type in some text. So I'm going to put in, first of all, in quotes, and what I want written as the sort of the heading. So just invoice prepared for. And now what we're going to do is concatenation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the title, this first name and the surname, and we're going to add it into this text box with 1 space in between. And we do it like this. We put the ampersand in to say concatenate it with, need a space after that. And the next thing we do in square brackets is we put the name of the first field we want to concatenate, so title. Then after that we want to put a single space. Then after that we want to put first name. Then we put another single space, and then we put surname, like so. When we do that, we can just get rid of the label there because we don't need it. When we look back at that, it now says invoice prepared for Mrs. Free Delivery. Looks a lot better. So let's go back to our design view. Now we've got that, we can just simply delete these because they're already on the report. We can get rid of them, and you'll see that the text will still stay at the top. So all of a sudden we've immediately got a much better looking report. Oops. Back to our design view, and we've got our standard sort of toolbar up here, so we can start to make this a little bit more like it would be in real life. So there we go. Now, next thing we might want to do is perhaps put the date into this. So that's very easy too. There's an option here, date and time, to insert the date and time. And so if we simply click on that box, we can have the date or the time. We're going to have just the date, and I'll go for this option here, and it will put that in for you automatically. So it's actually put a field in automatically. Let's just put that in there. And you'll see that's put in 26th of January 2011. Access by default also puts it in down here. I'm going to get rid of those in just a second. So we're going to get rid of those in the pages of there. The next thing we're going to do, or the final thing we're going to do, is we're going to do the grand total. The grand total is really easy. We've got the subtotal for each line, and in order to do a grand total, if we simply click on the field, and we've got an option up here that says totals and sum, and it will immediately put in a field for us. We just then need to go to the property sheet and set the format to be currency, and you will see that when we click back over here, it's now immediately looking much more like it should be in terms of an invoice. There's a few more things that we could do to make it better, but there we have a decent looking invoice that you could potentially send to a customer.